Hello everyone, welcome back to the Taylorman channel, and in today's video we're going to be pushing more ranked, trying to get into Master Ball tier. I have gotten myself pretty close there, and I'm going to be using a Donphan Lucario deck today, and we're going to see how we can do. Now I'm pretty sure I'm 3 or 4 games off at the moment, so we're going to have to hope we get a good win streak. The current deck list that I'm using is a little bit less meta than most people are using. I'm not running any other Pokemon other than Lucario and Donphan because I don't really see the need for them, I should say. Just because I don't feel like I would ever need them in most situations. Like, most of the decks are running with either Tyro or Hitmontop or Sudowoodo, and I just don't like using those cards. But we are going to be starting with a Riolu, which is not the best start. We would rather start with a Phanpy, but going second is a plus. It looks like our opponent is going to be playing a Slugma or Magcargo deck for this battle, so we're going to see who really has the best luck in this one. Now, if you guys didn't catch it, my last video was on the Magcargo deck. It went solidly, but not as good as this Donphan deck has been doing for me. I'm going to red card them right away and make sure they don't have as many cards in their hand, but I do need to get this Lucario set up. We're going to hit him for 20, get him down to one-shot range for Lucario, and we're going to see what they have in their hand after the red card. Now ideally, okay, well, never mind. I was going to say ideally they don't have a Giant Cape, but it looks like they're going to have both and the potion. Okay, so we're not going to be able to one-shot the Slugma here. And they're going to be able to do some damage with Magcargo if they have it next turn. I'm going to Professor's Oak. We're going to need some Pokemon on our bench for this Magcargo, or else we're just going to lose. Nice, okay, we at least get one, so we're going to be able to divide up the energy, hopefully. And I'm going to evolve to Lucario, and hopefully we can take them out next turn. We're going to do a solid 60. Now, very low chance for them to have a Magcargo here, but I wouldn't doubt it if they had it. Okay, they're gonna Iono. They have 2 cards. Will they get Magcargo with their 2 cards? We're gonna get some Pokemon on our bench for the next turn, however. Unfortunately, we didn't have them now, and of course they have the Magcargo, so we're gonna see what they hit. And they one-shot my Lucario with all the damage. That wasn't the worst spread in the world. Obviously, it's going to take us a little bit to take out this Magcargo, but we do have the Donphan in our hand, and we're going to be able to split up the attack with our 2 bench Pokemon here. We're going to also Professor's Research. Okay, we could have 2 Donphans here. We're going to see if we're going to get that to happen. Magcargo will live this attack, but will not live the next. So it's probably lights out for this Magcargo player unless they have another Slugma on their bench here. Now we're in a pretty good spot. Okay, they will red card us. Unfortunate since we had a pretty good hand. Got some pretty good cards back though. And they did take out my Riolu on the bench, but no problem, because we can take out this Magcargo and win our first game. And they won't even let us do it. We're going to get the concede record of 1-0. Alright, so we're starting this one off strong with a win. But in our next game, what are we going to be going up against? Let's find out. Something with fire. Either probably Magcargo or Charizard. The hand isn't looking so good, but it looks like they're probably playing Charizard Eevee if I had to guess. Which I would say is not a great matchup for me, but it can definitely work if we get set up before they do. We have 2 Pokeballs to start, so Phanpy is quite nice. Okay, 2 of them not as nice, but I think I can make do with it. We'll Silver, see what their hand's got. Okay, yeah, we're getting rid of that Professor's Research. You don't get to draw cards today. They're also having a Flareon and Rare Candies, so now I definitely know that this is Charizard, because you don't run that Flareon until you are running Charizard. So I'm not sure what my opponent's going to do here, seeing as their hand was not the greatest for what they have. And this Eevee could get taken out pretty quickly if they don't get another Pokemon on their bench. Okay, so they draw a Pokemon card, and ooh, this red card is going to be juicy. So they just drew a Pokemon, so we're going to take it back into their deck, and we're going to put them down to 20 health because of weakness here. So now if they don't have another Pokemon in their hand, they're screwed. But usually when I do a red card, it's good for them. Okay, they got an Eevee. That's fine, because we'll take this one out. Okay, so they're going to get another Pokemon onto their hand, but we are going to be able to take out their Eevee. Good Professor's Research for us. We're going to be able to get some more cards, maybe a Donphan. Okay, we don't get that kind of luck, but we are going to be able to keep setting up on the bench. This is looking pretty good, folks. It might be a wrap. We do get to take out an Eevee there. I'm a little bit afraid that they could have a Flareon again in their hand, which they still won't be able to attack me yet, but next turn they would be able to. But they might just have Sylveon. Okay, so they have the Charmander and a Cape, so we'll be able to live a little bit longer. They'll attach energy to the bench, and they're going to draw another card. Okay, so if we get some right cards here from this Professor's Research, we should be able to take this Eevee out. Perfect. We're going to be able to take this Eevee out because of weakness here. Because we're going to be able to switch out our Riolu into Donphan, and we're going to be able to do hefty damage to this Eevee. Now this game is looking pretty wrapped up at this point. Even if they get Charizard on their next turn, I still think they don't have a chance to come back, because Donphan has 160 instead of 150. Well, we're going to take the lead 2 points to 0. They're going to bring in their Charmander. Let's see if they can pull the Charizard. Okay, so they did pull the Charizard. We're going to be able to see what they can do with it. I still win this unless they have red. So we'll have to be on the lookout for that, because some of these Charizard Sylveon decks do run red, myself included. Ooh, Riolu is a great card for us, because we're going to be able to hit this Charizard for almost all the rest of its HP because of the extra boost to our attack, and from the Riolu also boosting our attack. How much is this going to do? 130? 130 is how much damage we were going to do? Even Lily can't heal that much, so this game is wrapped up. Yeah, even that Lily isn't going to do anything. The only thing they could have done was red, but I had the giant cape, so it was not a problem. Alright, are they going to attack or are they conceding? Okay, they'll go for the attack. They're not going to concede quite yet, but we live just barely. Okay, next speed doesn't really help us there. We're going to be able to do some hefty damage here and take it out. Boom, we win. There we go. 2 wins in a row, 2-0 so far. I believe we are 1 game off of Masters now. Alright, we gotta lock in, folks. We are 1 game away from Masters here. If we lose this game, we lose our winning streak, and it's going to be, I think, 2 or 3 games just to get back to where it would be to Masters. We are going to start with a Phanpy, which is a pretty good start usually, especially going second. Okay, Giratina kind of sucks to start against, but it's going to be a Dark Tina variant in this battle, which is pretty bad. They're going to be able to draw 2 right away and put an energy on their Giratina. Okay, they get a gold Pokeball as well, so they're going to be able to get some Benchmons. There's the Darkrai, as presumed. Usually, if you see Giratina, it's going to be with Darkrai or Sylveon, Greninja. Yep, they're going to get their energy to start out, so if we don't get started fast enough, we will lose this. But thankfully, we are going to get Donphan right away. I think I'll just Sabrina here, just in case, because I don't want to take damage from the recoil and the Rocky Helmet here. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. We'll deal a 30 damage. Pretty good. See, I don't know why Darkrai is weak to grass and not fighting. It would just make more sense. But they're going to get even more Pokemon on their bench. A second Darkrai. always scary. And more cards. Okay, they're drawing really well right now. We're gonna be a little bit behind here. They attach to their bench Darkrai. They're gonna be able to whittle us down even more than we already are, and gain an extra energy on Giratina. This is why Giratina Darkrai is such a good deck. You can build up and attack in the same turn. We're gonna evolve to Donphan though, and hopefully deal some good damage right now. Yep, we're gonna be able to hit for 50 damage, and we're gonna be putting it into one-shot range next turn with our Donphan, and we have the Lucario, so we will be able to power up our damage even more. However, they're gonna be able to have a Giratina all the way set up after this turn, and I am gonna be able to die to the Giratina's attack, so we might need Giant Cape here. They're going to be able to deal more damage to my Donphan. This is not looking good. Okay, Sabrina. We do have the X speed in hand, but they are going to be able to take us out after we take them out. And that's going to be a problem for us because we don't have enough damage after our Donphan goes down. So we're going to need either a Giant Cape on this turn or another Riolu. Okay, we're going to get the other Riolu or Fampi. Actually, Fampi would be better here. Okay, we get another Fampi. But we're not out of the woods yet because we still are going to need Donphan on the next turn. We will retreat the Riolu and then we'll evolve it, most likely here. This is a tough choice to make because we have to somehow take the Darkrai out and take the Giratina out, and I'm not sure I can do that. What is the play here? Do I bring in Donphan or Fampi, or do I just attack with Riolu here? I'm not 100% sure what the correct option is. I think we lose if I don't get Giant Cape or Donphan, so we're just gonna pray for the Giant Cape, I believe, and we're gonna go into Fampi, I think, or we can just stay in with Riolu. Yeah, I think I'll have to retreat into Donphan here, and we're just gonna have to hope that we pull something good on our turn here. Not gonna be able to get that Lucario off. I spent way too long getting myself into the right play that I wanted to choose. Well, we are gonna go into the lead 2-0, so if we can take out this Giratina, we will win the game. I'm just not sure we can. Now, if we get Giant Cape on the next turn, I'm going to be a little bit mad. We need a Donphan. Okay, they're going to Mars us. What are we going to get in return? Oh, not a good draw for us, because that is not going to help. We're going to get taken out. They're going to take a little bit of chip, but this game might be over if I don't get Donphan here. That's our only chance. Will we get it? No, we do not. Okay, so we're going to have to concede this game, and unfortunately we're going to have to work back up to our win streak. We are now 2-1 so far. Alright, so I skipped over a game because the opponent just conceded right away. I guess they just didn't want to play. They were starting with a Magby and nothing else, so I guess we just won a game, putting us at 3-1 and putting us back into the trajectory to get back to Masters. I believe we are 2 games off now. We are starting with Fampi, and we're going first, which leaves a bit to desire, but okay, we're playing against a Darkrai deck, probably Darktina again, or with Zubat. We're going to be able to start ramping up our bench with Pokemon, though. Riolu is nice because we already have Lucario, but what would be really nice is if we could get Donphan on the next turn. Get another Fampi just in case we need it. And we're just going to pass over our turn. Let's see what they got. Pokeball? Okay, makes sense. Now, what are they running with the Darkrai? Let's find out. Okay, another Pokeball. They're teasing me. What do they got? And, okay, Professor's Research. They just have the best hand possible to start with. Okay. Well, what do you have then? What did you get from all that? Eevee? So maybe Umbreon. Okay, they're playing Darkrai Zubat with either an Umbreon or a Sylveon. Not a great matchup for us, but we do have the type advantage over Zubat. And we do pull another Lucario, which kind of stinks. But we are going to be able to do some good damage to this Darkrai here because of the Lucario upgrade with Phanpy. I think we'll switch them out so we can get a guaranteed kill here. Now, however, last time I used Sabrina to switch them out, it made me lose the game. So do I go for it again? Let's find out. First, I'll do Lucario on the bench. So we're gonna do that anyways. Yeah, okay. I think Sabrina will be the right play here against the Eevees and Zubats. We're gonna be able to take out this Zubat because they switch it in, which is perfect. Now they are gonna be a little bit behind now. I feel like they should have bring out the Eevee. I'm guessing they must have Sylveon then and not anything for the Crobat. But I'll take it. We're up 1-0 and we took out their main Pokemon. Guess they're sending Darkrai back in, which means they probably don't have much in their hand at the moment, even though they had double Pokeball and Professor's Research on turn 1. Best way to thin out your deck on the first turn. Okay, so they have another Zubat. I feel like they would have placed that down immediately if they had it, so they might have drawn it. Another 20 damage to Phanpy kind of sucks, but next turn they will be able to hit us for 20 plus 80, which kind of stinks. Ooh, Silver's good for us. We're going to see what they have before we make our play here, because I am considering doing some other things. We're going to attach to Lucario just in case we don't pull Donphan, and we'll be able to heal up Phanpy so that we don't get taken out by Darkrai's ability. 50 damage is decent. I think if we pull Donphan, we win immediately, but Lucario might be able to solo this Darkrai to begin with. Ooh, okay. So they are going to do 20 to our Phanpy and then take it out, but they do have Golbat on the bench, ready to become a Crobat, which kind of sucks for us. Another 80, so we're going to get taken out, tying it up 1-1. Now, I feel like we're not going to be able to win this game unless we pull a Donphan. I'm going to try for it here, though. Okay, so we do not get Donphan, which kind of sucks, but let's see what they have. Ooh, okay, so they have a few good supporters. I think Mars would be better to get rid of because we don't have anything for Guzma. They do have double rare candy, which means we could lose if they pull a Crobat. We'll do a solid 50 here, but we're still in dire trouble here because they're probably going to get Crobat. Let's see, do they pull it here? Wow, okay, so they top decked the Crobat there. This is not looking good because Phanpy's going to get taken out. Yeah. No, we lost this game because this is taking us out. They're going to have pretty much... I have no chance of winning this. Yeah, we're going to probably have to concede this game. Phanpy goes down right away, and Lucario is not going to be able to solo these 3 Pokemon here. Or even just one of them, it's not going to be able to solo. So that's going to be a GG's for this game, unfortunately. We're going to be put down to a, 3-2 record now? Unfortunately. Yeah, we can't do anything. But I will Cyrus them. Oh wait, never mind. I forgot about the Cyrus. That's right, baby. We win these games. You thought I was losing that? You thought I was dumb? Cyrus wins us the game, baby. We are 4-1. Is that gonna be it for Masters? Let's find out. Or are we one game behind? Ooh, we are 4 points off of Masters. We just need to win one more game. We're in a one-game situation once again. Alright, cue up the boss music again. We are one game away from Masters once again. Let's see if we can win this one. We're going first. We have a really good starting hand. This is probably one of the best starting hands I've had. The only difference I would have would be one of the Riolus into Phanpy. but nevertheless, we can make this work. So we're going to be playing against Oricorio Silvally, I would say this is. Unless they're running it with Pichu, maybe, I don't know. But ooh, that was a pretty good Professor's Research. We have a Lucario, and we're gonna red card them. All we need at this point is a Phanpy, and we have a ideal hand. We're gonna have to pass our turn though, unfortunately. Hopefully they don't take us out on the next turn. They won't be able to do it here, but next turn they will be able to on Riolu, because there's no way I'm gonna give up the 43 damage here. So it looks like they're playing the Zeraora and Pichu version of the deck. They have another type null on the bench. They have pretty much everything they want as well. That kind of stinks. Riolu's now very frail and might get taken out here. They are going to be able to get an extra energy on the bench with Zeraora. Ooh, okay, so we have everything we need. As long as we don't get red carded or Mars, we should be able to win this game. No questions asked. So we got the Riolu, and we're going to be able to evolve to Donphan next turn. I think I shouldn't have played that because Donphan can't evolve this turn. Okay, I made a mistake there. I forgot. Now we're just gonna have to wait for next turn. Because Donphan can one-shot type null. So I guess we're gonna have to make do with this. I think I might have needed that X speed, to be honest. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us here in this game. Alright, what will our opponent do? Hopefully they don't have Silvally, that would be nice. Okay, they're gonna get Silvally here. So Riolu's going down for sure here. Yep, there's the Silvally. Unfortunate for us, I shouldn't have wasted that X speed. There was no reason to do that. And I was gonna be able to hit them for hefty 60 damage here. I think I should have actually attached to the Riolu. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, attaching to the Riolu would have been better there. Because we would have been able to take it out next turn. Now we're not going to be able to. Well, good thing we do have Sabrina, so we'll be able to bring... Okay, never mind. They're going into Zeraora. We don't need to Sabrina then. Perfect. Yep, we're going to get taken out, but honestly, better than having the Silvally out. I think our opponent made a big misplay there. They are going to go up 1 point, though. We are going to bring out our Phanpy, and we're going to be able to evolve it to Donphan, which is going to be perfect. Okay, another Donphan, not so helpful on the draw. But we will be able to take the Zeraora out because of weakness and Lucario. Right here, 90 damage exact, perfect. 1-2-1 is now the score. So I think that misplay might give us a good chance to win this game now. They're going to send out Pichu. I think they're scared because there's not much they can really do at this point. They don't have... Okay, never mind. They do have Oricorio, so we do have to be mindful of that as well. Hopefully they brain fart and let Lucario take it out. We'll see. They're going to send it in now, so we're going to be able to Sabrina here and take something out on their team. Something our opponent's probably not going to see coming, but they do have a loaded bench, which is pretty unfortunate. We are looking good though. We are looking like we're going to be able to win this game. Another Phanpy. Ooh, we're going to be able to set up a second Donphan, which is perfect. We are definitely going to Sabrina here, but do I attach to energy? Yeah, I'll attach the energy to the active. No reason to need to retreat, because we one-shot Silvally at this point. But maybe, no, I think I should have put it on the Lucario now that I think about it. Because then we would be able to take out the yellow bird right away. But we are up 2-1 nevertheless. All we need to do now is get in Lucario against this Oricorio and we will win the game. That's all we need. So we're going to need 2 turns and then we can hit Masters for the Wisdom of Sea and Sky set. Professor's Research is great. What are we going to get? Something good? Pokeball and another Lucario though. So we're going to be able to get a second Lucario going. Actually no, because we lost one. Okay, never mind then. Forget I said that, I'm dumb. Not going to be able to do any damage here unfortunately, but there's not much they can do because we will be able to take out this Oricorio with our Lucario next turn. Another Oricorio on the bench, okay. What will our opponent see here? They're just going to have to hit for 50 on Oricorio. This game is over with. We're going to be able to win this game and hit Masters on day 2. This is the fastest I've been able to climb ranked, honestly, and I've been doing it with Magcargo and Donphan of all things. I'm not even using like the meta sets right now. Our opponent is probably rage quitting on the other side of the phone because they are not going to be able to make it to Masters on this one. So this is why it's taking too long, but I'm going to gloat in this victory all that I can because this is monumentous. We are going to be trying to hit 10k, top 10k this season, so there will be more ranked videos, just not as soon. They're going to hit us for 50 here, but we have Lucario to take out the Oricorio because of weakness. Cyrus would have been fine too, even if he didn't have a weakness. Let's go. We're going to win. So expect not a pocket video coming up next, but maybe something else. We still have to do our NFL rankings. But there we go. We're going to win this game 3-1, and it doesn't even matter our record. Donphan carried us today, and we are in Masters. Let's go. This Donphan set is pretty strong, I'm seeing now. I should have been using it from the start, I guess. Way more consistent than Magcargo. Here we go, Master rank. Now we're on the fringes, but this season you can't rank down from Masters, so I think we're clear. Alright, let's check our stats before we end this video. We are 1462 points on a 3-win streak, 74-66 on the season with a 53 win rate, not too bad. Last season's win rate was not as good, but I'm happy to get to Masters real quick this season, so thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.